I can smoothly feel how I can pull this net towards me. Guys, this is how you arrive at the fishing spot to open the season, and you find nets set up. Let's not compact it too much. Alright, I've chosen a little rating. Let's make the first cast. And look at our QTP again. Quiet. I just hit the bream right away. Can you believe it? Well, let's have some tea. With bait, then we can keep fishing until... Hey everyone! Today we went out to fish in the liquid water from Fedorki. I want to fish with feeders, show you a few secrets, and Nikolai will be focusing on ultralight today. That is, today we will have a measured fishing. We will see who has what, how the fish will bite correctly. We specifically prepared this spot for ourselves, and we're telling you about it in one of our previous videos. We saw it, and here we are in short. And here I don't know what it is, what kind of bitches these guys are. In short, everything that we saw, look, some beavers really ate the bark. Yes, they left us with scraps, heaps. And they say, friends, cut us some more. In general, just a little bit now. We'll clear this area that we prepared and then we'll sit down. In one of my previous videos, I told you about my new electric saw from Upro. Now I'll share a few more words because this saw is worth it. Oregon bar and chain. Quick chain tensioning. 2 battery packs, approximately 20 volts, 6 amp hours. It cuts through really quickly, guys, like it's butter. In general, this is a wonderful, reliable electric saw that has already proven itself and will be in demand for any man. In short, the logs are pitted, it's not clear, on the one hand, right. You can clearly see that these are teeth marks, it's obvious. Maybe they didn't want to chew on that side because it was the less tasty side, you know? We've got contact. Phew. Oh! Before mixing the bait and setting up all the gear, I'm going to sift the maggots a bit. He has this wonderful little scoop, guys. It looks really great. It's a sieve with a little box. So, what are we doing right now? We're going to take some water and pour in our maggots. The water should be clean. Well, there's a lot of foam here with us. Let's do this now. Just like that, carefully. It turned out that Model A is no longer being stocked at the fishing store by the end of the season, and it's not exactly the freshest, guys. This thing sifts it perfectly. So there's water here, because it's alive. Right now we have a good model. It will fit through the holes, the dead ones. The ones that are already rotten will either float or stay up here. You see, the maggot is already starting to move and is looking for a little hole to hide in. I literally don't know, maybe 15 or 20 minutes. While we gather everything here, it will sift perfectly, and you can already see it's trying to get into the hole. All the live ones are looking for a way down somewhere. Guys, for those who don't know what this thing is, it's a box, a mini platform. So it's a regular box with adjustable legs and height tables. You can also attach weights here. It's a cool thing inside. If you open it like this, I've got a towel, a reel, a feeder, and a reel. Today we have the Legend 5000. Here, it is like this. All our gear in short that we need. Basically for today's fishing, here they are. Quiet. 3, probably a cast. Yeah, I'm currently unspooling our Fedorok and we'll start doing everything now. Today I put a 1 ounce tip on the Fedorok because the fish are passive and I'm using lighter feeders. I want to see every little bite, so we're mixing the bait. Today I'm going to have black roach. Black because, guys, it's still spiced. It has a nice aroma of spices. And dark bait for clear cold water I think will be the best. So I'm pouring a pack of bait into the bucket for my favorite self. Once. It's like this. If you look closely you can see the grains. It's just the right kind of powdery. Very cool. Spices. Sweet spices. I said slightly like that. I mean, I don't know, I can't guess the smell, but I really like it. I'll also add a little hemp here. Here we have a little bag, half a bag, and all that stuff. Along with the water, the roach liquid is also good. It has an amazing smell, so it creates this wild mix. Today we're going to mix it slowly, adding water little by little. The main thing is not to overdo it with the water. And we're mixing this up. Just a little more, we're not mixing it yet. Bowl. This is such a wonderful 60-gram marker weight. The marker is a bomb right now. We're gonna do this, guys. Come over here. Like this. To feel it out, today I'm going to fish with a rod. Flagman Legends feeder, 390 semi-long with a 100-gram test. Some might say it's a bit too rough of a feeder for early spring, but I want to tell you guys that for this length and 100 grams, it's just right. 390 is a fairly long feeder to make long casts. The fish are not coming out to the upper edges yet. They are hiding somewhere down there near the riverbed, so we need to cast at least 60-50 meters further there. It will be difficult to do this with a short fishing rod. Today I want to do it from 2 points. Why? Because in winter we make, let's say, a row of holes, or rather a series of holes, and we look for fish in one hole, in another, at different depth differences. Why don't we fish in the summer? Often, let's say, from 2 or 3 points on a feeder. We don't do this. Because when the water is warm, or the fish becomes active, and it moves, that is, it smells, puts it under, and swims this distance. There, 20 meters is really not difficult at all. And right now, they're less active, and I want to fish from the lower ledge. The fish are coming up from the riverbed to the upper ledge. So I will have it set up. You could say 2 clips. The ranker is chosen. Let's make the first cast. Just to the maximum cast as far as we can, guys. And we'll be mocking it. And for the close spot, we'll count the turns and set the clip as well. First the close spot, then we'll bait the far one, guys. How is this going to be done? Right now, I have the quiver tip on the far spot. Actually, my weight is on the far spot of the rod. Here I am sitting at my workstation, not going anywhere. I'm doing a pull. I'm feeling around. The relief as I like it, and I'm reeling in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here the eyebrow went, some kind of hook, it went tightly. It's really sluggish. Well, I'm probably stuck in Brovka now, I can barely get through this whole thing, 89. A net. I got snagged on a net. I got snagged on a fishing net. Look, do you see? There's a net there. This is not a snag, this is definitely a net because it keeps going and going. Smoothly, I feel like I can pull this net towards myself. Guys, so you come to open the fishing season and you have your nets. Can you imagine? It's all nets everywhere. I know, this shore is just stupid. There's a poacher's net set up. How these poachers have become a nuisance to everyone. There are just no words left, I'll have to cut it off. There's just nothing words, guys. Nikolai is holding the fishing rod. I'm going to cut it off. Boats. Let's go. Let's wrap the stick up. And we'll pull. He'll drop it. Let's pull with the stick. Until it breaks what to say. That's it. It broke. Guys, I really wanted to tell you how to fish from 2 spots. And I wanted to catch some from them myself. But the point is that today I will only have one distance, which is the upper ledge. I can't cast to the far spot because there's a net there. So, we're pouring part of the bait here. In the trough. Great. And we put it in the trough right here. It turns out it's a place where it should stand. Our maggot has just been sitting there. At this time we can see that there's still some left at the top, but not much until we get to the maggot. But there are still those that don't crawl, or those that didn't make it through. What do we do, guys? Well, this is all that didn't make it through. I usually don't throw it away because, so to speak, it's bait, and I sift through the ground bait. Now, what we're doing is rinsing all this extra stuff, so that we have it clean there. Unnecessary extras. From here we throw away the maggots. And the good, live ones we take back and sift them like this. Wow, he's alive. Great. All the water is gone and back into the jar. Cool. Now, it's perfect to drain this water and place a napkin at the bottom. And so to say, to let the excess water drain off the maggots. But I don't have a napkin here while fishing, so I'm just going to move them back and forth a couple of times. Like this. So, let's start feeding slowly. Little by little. 5 feeders, I think that will be more than enough for him to start into the fire there. Great. So we're baiting up, guys, with 3-4 large good live maggots right away. And now, let's see if we're going to get a bite. And I think everything will be fine. Come on, fish big and varied. Just come on, dear. We made the cast and are watching our quiver tip. So, well, as a rule, the bite may not happen immediately. And when our hook touches the bottom, it can still drift in the thickness. We've been there for about 10 seconds and there's already a bite. You see, it wasn't immediate. There was a light tug. There was a bite almost right away. It was weak, that kind of tug. Of course, there are active bites today. That's not how it's going to be, but our task is to provoke them all to bite. Then we waited a little bit, and if there are no bites, we can do something. Reel it in after a while. We're making a little adjustment. It's biting, it's biting, it's biting. Yes. Yes, guys, even without reeling in, we've got something. Our first fish on the first cast, you could say. I think we've got something, probably a roach. And now let's take a look together. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Collie on that spot has roach or mister. Wow, you're doing well. Look at the resistance. Not bad, there it is. Something's pulling well and it's not small. I'll tell you, look how it's going. Wow, is that a bream? Look, Kolya, it's a bream. Look. Shh, shh, shh. Right away, a bream. And I just hooked it. Can you believe it? Kolya, wow. Oh my gosh, buddy, it stood there. It came off right before the shore and the hook went straight into my finger. A roach. Sergey is on fire today, guys. So that's quite the discovery. I just saw a bream and immediately got scared, you know? Look at this handsome guy, Cleon. This is the first spring bream. This is it. The first spring bream. Just what we need. We stuffed the feed. We're not packing it too tightly, just a little bit. Shoot, another cast. After a pretty good start. We're putting it in the spot. I hope everything will be interesting for us now, as they say, until you catch something. Don't wet the fish in the keep net, but today we actually have to throw it in the keep net faster because I'm that kind of guy. You saw it today, right? Yeah, he's already tried to escape from me 3 times. Here. Yeah, Kolya, pass me the gaff. To make it convenient, let's throw everything in here right away. And we'll put the fish here. I didn't expect such a spring discovery. It's simple. I don't know who's there, but he's crawling after our feeder. Like a tractor or something. Is it a perch by any chance? No, it's a roach, right? About... Not bad, right? Guys, look at this roach that bit. Good, I'm starting to like this kind of fishing. So the fish are biting in a mixed way. And bigger ones and smaller ones. You see both the roach and the bream? Everything in here. Quiet. Everyone wants to get away from me. Everyone wants to get away from Seryoga. Today the fish want to escape for some reason. I have a very large arsenal of different feeders and all that stuff, guys. Today I think we need to throw something heavier further out. Or we'll have some long distance rig, we'll be choosing and matching the hooks. I'll have something neat like this. One of my favorite hooks, for example, is this Barbot Series 14. The size is great, the hook is excellent, 16. Yes! I also have VIP hooks. I would like to tell you all about the ones that my friend really likes, who decided to do some ultralight fishing today. Here's a series of hooks that Nikolai is really into. I'll tell you about their features a little later, a little further over there. But these are the hooks that really catch fish on their own. They just catch fish by themselves. Nikolai is hooking you up. Yeah, just like you like it, look. Here you go, Paka. Next time we use the feeder. Everything from the bottom. Right now it's light, this isn't a bite, it's just a light drag that I did. That's it. I've reeled it in after the drag, now we wait. The drag isn't really that great either. It's an option. If there's a shell, you can see it bites right after the drag. You can cut the leash on the pull through. The shell, wow, that took pretty well. Look, there's a bite and someone is on the line. We've got something. There's something on the line. At least it was there right away. If I haven't cut it, I think someone is sitting. I don't know who. There was a bite towards the shore because the tip of the rod loosened. Yeah, it's a small roach. Little one. And this is what she will hammer into you with such force. It turns out that it's you, and this is our quiver tip. It's still great. So, in the spring, before Kolya, one wants ultralight, another wants fiber water, open beauty, hands don't freeze, the sun breaks through, albeit not very strong, but still breaks through, and you sit warmly, fish. What I said about winding, look at the cord. It turns out that where my line transitions into the cord, here I have some shell rock. Some got stuck, and this shell rock is getting wet. It might cut our leashes very harshly. This happens often. That's why when I go fishing, well, I have a lot of hooks. You've seen, yes, I have a lot of hooks here. I have a lot and more. Well, I don't know. Well, about 5 pieces, that's the minimum. When I go feeder fishing, I always cut. I don't tear, but I cut the leashes. I don't use a thick line because it won't bite. In my opinion, right now, the best line for this time of year in clear water. Maximum. It seems to me that because the fish will see it, it will be afraid, so it's not worth it. It's a golden mean, if the place and conditions allow. So, go for it, guys, give it a try. The feeder stood for a few dozen seconds, just a little reeling in. And we're watching our tip again. Everything should work out great for us now. Come on, darling! Don't make me nervous with its size. It'll get hot. It feels like you're catching bleak, but in reality it's not bleak. And micro bream. It's such a really very micro live bait. All right, let's take it. Next, we have some maggots that we're throwing into our bait mix. It works out. What we took off the hook goes into the bait, and we put a nice clean one on here. 3-4 pieces on the hook. Well, we've been fishing for about 20 minutes, and I've got a couple of fish over there. Kolyana's ultralight is silent, and from this spot, it's quiet outside. I think we should take a walk, move around, or wait for the evening, yeah, because so far it's not looking great. Nikolai, well, let's have some tea and some bait, and then we can continue fishing. Yes, of course, the spider does not fly away from the titmouse. This is not its day, but the discovery of white fish is normal. Next time we'll go with the ultralight too. I didn't catch anything, but we'll go with the feeder together. We need to have one person on the rod while the other is doing something else. Fishing is always great, brother. It's nice to have Nastya with us. If there are both summer and winter ones. You definitely won't go wrong with that. And we should go out for at least a week, yeah, to make it really great. All right, let's fish. So did we have some tea? Let's see what's there. The feeder was standing. Everything was still. Everything was still, and we have a fish here. Kolyan, can you imagine? While we were eating, what a little one. While we were eating, she was eating too. Here's a little micro bream. Actually, it's tiny, just about 2 dozen, and you'll have a frying pan. The small fish, yeah, they bite right away. As soon as you cast, you get bites right away. Right away, right away. Something a bit better already, right? Bream. Friends, I decided to ask. I said, Nikolai, what time is it? He says 3 hours. I said, yeah, what are you making up? Well, I don't know how, but when it's warm, the weather is so great. Now you're sitting in the sun, you know. You're a little drowsy, and time flies by. In a flash, roughly speaking, just... Yes, yeah. Of course we will still fish a little, but time just flies, guys, at such a speed that, like our whole life, you could say. So, appreciate every moment. Yeah, appreciate every moment. By this time, well, right now something's biting for me. I look around and it's definitely calmed down. So it was really great before lunch. Right from the first cast, we started getting bites. There was such a moment for us, yeah, such a note that we thought, that's it, it's on. Roach, there's a bigger rud, a bigger one. But then the weather changed, and the fish started to get smaller in size. I don't know if we did something wrong, or maybe it's just the spot. The net probably played a big role for us. We can't cast to the promising spot. We're fishing, well, from the shallow water, roughly speaking. Yeah, what have they set up here? What about the ultralight? The ultralight is weaker. You caught a bunch of little perch over there, right? And that's it. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's coming to the shore, look. We'll catch both of them now. No, we won't catch it. Do you see it over there? Yeah. You're probably silent, right? What a beauty. They're leaving. They're leaving. Almost, but not completely. Well, I don't know completely much, but a third definitely went somewhere. Those who couldn't fit in the hole stayed. And guys, what's wrong with the paternoster? You can just switch the feeders in a loop. As they say, guys, take one out, grab another, put it in, and off you go. After that, there are absolutely no problems at all. Further, there are absolutely no problems at all, none whatsoever. Come here. Come here, someone is over there with us. He has arrived. Now let's see. Someone's not bad. A bream? Guys, another one came. A bit more interesting in size. This fish is already better. A nice bream. We're also sending it to our little pond. Here's the bait. 3-4 maggots, a small hook size 14, and a leader. This is how everything looks. The feeder, 1 meter long. Everything's great. Friends, I really timed the bait perfectly today. This, Satana, one of my favorite baits for roach. It's wonderful. It's crumbly. There are all sorts of things here. Granules, all kinds of seeds. So it's just what we need. We didn't even sow it. Well, at least I'm being honest, friends. Just, damn, I hope I'm not lying. Yeah. We always fish every spring and fall as soon as the cold water starts. Well, yes, in the fall we always take this bait because we just love it. I'm just crazy about it. A fisherman, as they say, you know, shouldn't be afraid to get dirty or stained. So yeah, I have a towel for all this, but still my hands are dirty after fishing black. It pecks. It really seems like a beaver is sitting there and there is a small gray mouse there. Although right now it seems like someone bigger has taken the bait. Oh, someone bigger. A bigger bream has bitten. It's all mixed up, you see, guys. It's all mixed up, some smaller, some bigger. Everything's biting. So, well friends, our fishing has come to an end. We caught enough fish. The feeder caught enough for about half a day. But for now the fish are small. We all understand the difficulties. The weather is the only place where you can sit down, especially unsuccessfully, or I just don't know my excuse yet. Yes, but from 3 meters you understand it's difficult. Now we will show our meager catch and wish them all the best. May you always have fish biting at any time, in any place, from any depth. Yeah, just like that. Guys, did you see how much bait we had at the beginning when I changed the feeder? The consumption has significantly decreased and I still have some left. I don't know. I think I used almost half a pack of excellent fragrant bait. You can take this bait with you to the freezer, put it at home and just take it out next time, and you'll have an excellent bait. A little mix, so we won't pour it out for the fish. We'll take it with us since it's very good and not cheap. Awesome bait for fishing. The fish is swimming along the bottom. You won't catch anything in the net. Well, as I trained them, it started off with some small fish, but in the end I'll be able to show you through the hole. Look at this here. Here they are, the beauties. And there's some roach and bream, small bream, and some bigger ones. In short, it's all mixed up. Well, let's go, kid. Thank you for the good bite. We're all happy and satisfied. We caught a little, but still, everything turned out. All the fish have run away. As you can see, no one surfaced. There they go, swimming away. There it goes, it's swimming away, but of course we lost half of it, as we mentioned earlier, through the hole. Well, never mind.